I got so much cool stuff on my desk.
Just ready to be opened.
Hmm. Yeah, I feel like that's just like the tip of the iceberg. Jeterson's in. All right. Jeff Shapiro. Well, welcome to Flows.
Welcome to Flow.
Your favorite CPA's favorite CPA.
That's facts.
Yeah, dude, it's going well. Going well. It's been a while. We'll give everybody another minute or so, and then excuse me, and we'll get into it. Except for Jeff, he doesn't need it. All right. Ready to do this thing, Enzo?
No, man, I'm not ready.
Okay, I'll give you a minute. Let me know.
All right, big dog, I'm ready. Now I'm done.
All right. What up? What up? What up? It is the Shake and Break Show, episode 83.
83, you and me. Let's ride.
Who's the famous 83? Is that Jojo Vicious? No, he was 87. Wes Welker?
Let's see. Players to wear number 83. Dwayne Allen. Martellus Bennett.
Yeah, that's who I was thinking of for sure. This is Martellus Bennett episode.
Tyler
everybody.
Boyd.
All right. Get that list out of here.
Antonio Chapman.
Oh man.
Chase Claypool.
All right, I'm done.
We're getting worse. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm done.
Sorry, bud.
Oh man. All right, before we get into what's shaking and breaking this week in the hobby, Enzo, we gotta start off with the Papillon question of the week.
Yeah, let's do it. What you got for me, bro?
What I have for you is this.
What's he got?
All right. You have to take a road trip from Miami, Florida.
Okay.
All the way up to Seattle.
Damn. All right.
Okay. You're in a small, like, sedan. Maybe we can go mid-size. Okay.
Okay.
4 people. You have to just go as straight there as possible. You have to rotate drivers, etc. If you get in an argument, it's over. The whole just scenario ends. If you get a ticket, scenario ends.
All right.
Who's in the car with you?
So Papillon 1. We'll go CJ number 2.
See, but CJ, bro, CJ would just get into arguments about nothing just to be funny. He's risky.
Nah, I don't think so. Not if he understands the construct.
Yeah. I think if you gave him the assignment, you're right. He can handle it.
It would definitely not be Bob because we wouldn't even make it out of Florida before he's telling me about Michael Jordan. So me, you, CJ, and then we'll go. Can we go famous person?
Yeah, please.
Okay, all right. This is a tough one. Because famous people can be prima donnas, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like that might be a trap.
Yeah. It might be.
All right, we're gonna go Marshawn Lynch.
Oh yeah.
Beast mode.
Yeah.
Beast mode seems like he's just like a cool guy to hang out with.
Yeah. I think he would do it just so he wouldn't get fined. Yeah.
I think if I told him, Marshawn, if you end this trip, we're going to get fined.
Yeah.
He would make sure not to do it.
He would be there definitely for you not to get fined for sure. Yeah, no, that's a good group. All right. We're gonna go. We're gonna go me, you, Austin,
me,
and David Ortiz.
Okay.
I think we would just have fun. We buy each other goofy shit at the gas stations. Like I feel like it'd be a good time. He might be a little cramped, but you know what? Like if he knew it was for a good cause, I think he'd enjoy himself. We'd have a good time.
Yeah. All right. We'll take it.
All right. That's the question of the week. It has nothing to do with the hobby usually. Sometimes it does, but today it did not.
Most times it does not.
I know you're probably thinking, man, like that was a pretty horrible question. Well, guys, that's part of the game too. The question comes to me as the show begins. So here we are. Let's get into what's shaking and breaking this week in the hobby. Enzo, Topps Industry Conference. Talk to me.
Yeah, bro. So yeah, every year Topps does an industry conference and they talk about, what's coming up and what they've got cooking up, and it's like a sneak peek type of convention for people that have Topps direct accounts, hobby shop or breaker.
Mm-hmm.
And a couple things that leaked out of the conference that we'll highlight here. The first one is a standardized rainbow in all of Topps Chrome products. So that's Topps Chrome, Topps Cosmic Chrome, Topps Chrome Black, and there was one more, Topps Holiday, I guess. Or no, Sapphire. Sorry, Sapphire. Mm-hmm. Standard rainbows, which the Sapphire ones always are goofy.
Yeah.
But the most interesting change here, we'll just go through the parallels and you tell me what you notice. Aqua to 199, blue to 150, green to 99, purple to 75, gold to 50, orange to 25, black to 10, red to 5, super 1 of 1, and a frozen fractor -5 to -1. Just out of 5, guys. Thoughts?
Purple out of 75, just so well done. They nailed it.
Topps hates collectors, bro. They hate collectors.
No, dude, no, they fixed it. Here's why. Hear me out. I actually have reasoning here. So aside from purple, what's the color people hate next?
Green.
Now, between blue and gold, all you have is green and purple. Something's going to give. Something's going to give. And guys, I think purple out of 75s are going to start looking mighty nice. Purple sapphire autos to 75, going to look hot. I'm just telling you. Be ready. Purple is taking over the hobby.
We could place a wager on this, okay? I will guarantee you that of the top 5 rookies, right, for next year, if we look at their autos, the true blue autos will sell for as much, if not more, than the purple autos. I'll put my stamp on that.
I'll say this. Year 1, you might be right. Year 2, year 3, nah, dude, I'm telling you, purple's making a comeback.
I just don't understand, like, who thought this was a good idea. Like, obviously, we always joke about this, but it's like, man, y'all could have moved blue to that slot. It would have really hit. The value would have made sense all the way through, in my opinion.
Yeah,
whatever, dude. Topps isn't the best at like having a pulse on what people want. We'll get to that in a second.
I mean, I think they nailed this one, brother. Papillon purple 75. Let's go.
Yeah. Pop's happy.
Yeah, no, dude, I'm vindicated for now. All right, what's this next one?
Yeah, bro. Are you still vindicated when we're talking about this red rookie redemption program?
Oh man, all right. Give me the juice.
All right, so the rundown is this. In Bowman, there's going to be in all of the Bowman products, it looks like, but there will be chrome rookies with a red rookie card logo. And if you hit one of those cards, it is essentially, if the player wins Rookie of the Year, you can trade in that card for $100. Okay, for those keeping score at home, that would be 2 players, right? Here's where it gets, I won't say interesting because I think it's stupid, but here's where it gets crazier. So $100 to redeem if they win Rookie of the Year, or if they win an MVP or Cy Young, you get $300. If they win 2, it goes to 5, and 3 MVP or Cy Youngs, and it goes to $700. Or if they make the Hall of Fame, you get $1,000. Now, by the way, this isn't cash. This is fan cash, which is Fanatics bucks, basically. I think this is probably the stupidest thing I've ever heard of. I think the idea of it is awesome. All right. The $100 for the Rookie of the Year, that's cool. I think it should have probably ended there. Like the odds of a player like then they have to win Rookie of the Year, right? If they don't win Rookie of the Year but win an MVP down the road, this doesn't count. They have to win Rookie of the Year to unlock. We love the word unlock, to unlock the possibility for the MVP, Cy Young, or Hall of Fame buyback. But what's crazy about this, Pop, about how long does it take to get to the Hall of Fame once you start playing?
Well, most people, Hall of Famers, are probably looking at like a minimum of a 13-year career, probably 15 to 20, like between when you actually start and when you finish.
And then you got to wait.
I believe
5 years?
5 years.
So you're saying like 20 to 25 years.
Yeah, you're looking at a clean
to be able to trade this card in for $1,000.
Bro, with inflation, bro.
Yeah, let's pull up the inflation calculator.
Because like 1,000.
So 20. We'll do 20 years. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. We'll do 25 or 20 years. All right. So if we go from March 2005 to March 2025, the $100 you could have redeemed has the same buying power as 165. So it's not that crazy. But like, bro, what are the odds? You're basically getting 7-1 odds to win 3 MVP awards, 10-1 odds to get to the Hall of Fame. I mean,
well, no. 10-1 odds to get to the Hall of Fame. Win
Rookie of the Year.
After winning Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
After winning a Cy Young or MVP.
Yeah.
Because you have to do all of them to unlock it.
And that's the thing is like if somebody even said it on the thread, but if the player wins like an MVP, that rookie card's probably gonna be worth more than $300. You know what I mean?
There's just so many
because of the rarity of the card.
There's and so that's the thing. Are these like one per box?
They're one per Breaker's Delight box. But again, how many rookies are there?
The list, I believe, is 30.
Right.
Of rookies on this list.
So you're talking 1 in 15 to get the winner, right, of the Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
If they're even in the checklist. What if a rookie that's not on the checklist wins it?
Well, and then on top of that, I think that there's people on the checklist that can't win Rookie of the Year.
Yeah. Like James Wood?
Yeah.
I also posted on there, hey, if you took $300 that you're going to use to buy a box of Bowman and you put it in a total stock market index fund right now, in 20 years, you'll actually have $1,160. And, you know, with an average return of about 7%.
So it
obviously that can change, but
doesn't really matter who wins MVP, who goes to the Hall of Fame.
It's such a gimmick, and I mean, if they wanted people to talk about it, it's working. But I think just doing the $100 Rookie of the Year would have been perfectly fine.
Dude, I know Big Card tends to tune in sometimes, so I hope they're watching because I am going to give them the blueprint. All right, so you get the card. Player wins Rookie of the Year. You can redeem it and keep the card, but like redeem it, right? So that way they know that you have it, stays in your possession, however they need to check it. Maybe even you turn it in and they send you a new card that's like you redeemed whatever, right? Then throughout that player's career, when they do these crazy Tops Now milestone, and this player stole a base on the 3rd Thursday of the month, and then here's a piece of the base, and they do all of that, you should just be automatically into those for 20 cards or whatever it is. When that player gets a special milestone, those cards can like be sent in addition to. I think that's really cool, and it doesn't make it, I don't know, it doesn't make it like a gambling thing as much as it is like a bonus and like, oh, this is cool, I want to hold on to this card. Instead it's just like, dude, the second any of these players win Rookie of the Year, like,
as rare as these things are, look at the Topps Chrome buyback. It's just way better. Like you hit an out of 350 of an MVP and you get $100. You hit a refractor, you get 40. You hit a base, you get 20. You could literally join a case break of like Topps Chrome and just
buyback,
like do better.
Yeah. I don't like it. I think you tweeted it out, but it's like, it's a good concept, just like horrible execution. I guess the thing is, because like I was thinking about like just the numbers seem so small, but then it's like what's their exposure? How many of these of each rookie are actually being made? Because
let's find out.
because then it actually turns into a lot of money. But it's almost like gift cards where it's like that money is like, maybe, maybe somebody redeems it.
They don't have. They have red border.
Yeah, so my guess is just like, there's going to be over. What do you think? Over 100 of each of these?
Yeah, I mean, if they're one per Breaker's Delight box, that runs usually a lot less. So yeah, I mean, I don't have it on the odds list. So,
but let's just say it's 100, which I think is probably the low end.
Yeah,
that's if the player makes the Hall of Fame and does all of the checklist, that's 100,000. It's a chunk of money. If it's 10,000 of them, I don't know. It just,
I don't think they're doing that many.
No,
that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like the Topps Chrome buyback is much more. Like, they're paying way more money on that. Yeah, I'm actually going out of some guy on X right now. He's like, "Which one of these did they give away 500 or 1,000?" I was like, "Well, I redeemed $1,800 in buybacks last year, so
yeah,
didn't have to wait 20 years either, bud."
Yeah, somebody pointed out that'll be the cost of a Breaker's Delight box in 20
Yeah, and that's
years.
the thing is like the way that the hobby's inflated. It's like, God, who knows what? We're talking a $500 box, $600 hobby box in 20 years. We don't know.
Yeah.
Again, cool idea. I think they just didn't really think this one through. Like, they rushed this one out. It just blows my mind. Like, if Topps just got real collectors to like give feedback on this stuff, I feel like they'd come out with a lot better.
Well, dude, I think this is one of those times where they should use the fact that they're freaking fanatics and they have all of the access. And like, if these players win Rookie of the Year, like, get a freaking video call from some of these guys or like whatever,
Yeah.
Like, there's so many little cool things that they could do, and instead to turn it into like, I don't know,
a 20-year gambling ticket,
a gimmicky Ultimate Team card. Like, just it's what it reminds me of, dude. I like whoever's heading this area up is just doing Ultimate Team stuff, and I don't like it.
Yeah. Speaking of Topps not having their pulse on what collectors want, did you peep the new Topps or Bowman crystallized case hit?
Brother, just why? Why can't
another horizontal case hit? They love, like, for whatever reason, they cannot make a good case hit that like sticks. Like, I think Topps Chrome is better right now with the radiating rookies and the celebration, but these crystallized, bro. I mean, it's literally just anime all over again. It's a horizontal case hit. Nobody wants horizontal cards. We know this, right? Because if you slab them, they look stupid. And on top of that, they're 1 in 165 hobby packs. They're not going to do well. These are going to be like $10, $20 cards, bro, for top rookies and prospects. They're not going to be worth anything. And they're going to release them with parallels. They look cool as hell, but like, again, just make it.
I don't even think they look cool. You know what I think, bro? This is like, and this is where like I really feel like a lot of our world's going, and it's going to be easy to like pick it out. But like, it really just looks like somebody took probably like 20 pictures of color blasts and put it into like Chat GPT, and that was like, make something that's like this but not this, and like enough of a variance to like not be this but still be the same vibe. And then they're like, what about this? And they like change it to horizontal and then do. I mean, I know there's horizontal color blast. Don't shoot me. But I feel like they just it's almost like an inverse color blast instead of it being all white or all black on the background. It's like all colorful and then No, I'm not a fan.
Yeah, agreed. I think it's just going to be another flop case. Like, dude, the supernovas from Cosmic Chrome, those would look fantastic if they were vertical.
Yeah.
Just flip the card, just turn the orientation, and watch how they go for more money on the secondary market and are more desirable.
Well, speaking of sideways cards, Dynasty Dual Logo Man autographs for the first time. Basically taking I know other card companies have done it, but what to me Panini kind of mastered, which is the Logo Man from the jerseys. And yeah, it looks like Topps Dynasty Baseball. Just getting dual Logo Mans, of course, the card sideways.
Bro, they just can't do vertical. I mean, look, I get on the dual.
Again, I agree, but it's just funny.
But it's like, dude, like, why is all of your good cards sideways? Turn them motherfuckers around. Just turn them straight up. But this one's cool. The one they dropped, the images, it's Acuna and Tatis, and it looks really cool.
Yeah,
I'm excited about those. That's a good addition. Like, we give Topps a lot of shit on this podcast, but I'll tell you what, Logo Man's like something they should have had years ago, and I'm glad that they finally like just did it, you know?
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
So excited to see those and what they go for.
All right, we're gonna keep the good vibes going, Enzo.
Let's go.
PSA, what's going on with your boys, Enzo?
Between the purple to 75 and PSA just kicking everybody in the knees. This has been a tough day for the Enzo's Cards and Collectibles world, bro. Yeah, PSA. So I posted on X. We've been seeing a lot of reports. We talked about it last week about how PSA is being tougher on cards. And the majority of replies were like, yes, I've felt this. Like, it's been crazy. And then, so it's a mixed bag. About a third of the people that reply were like, well, they changed their centering. Were you aware? And I'm like, yeah, guys, I'm familiar. But the thing is, if you remember, we talked about it. I actually contacted them and they said they didn't actually change their centering requirements. They just updated the language for what they were actually doing. And so I had to reply to that 20 times today to show people like, hey, that's actually not the case. And then a third of people were like, oh, I sent 10 cards in and got 8 gems. And it's like, okay, well, I'm talking like 100 card orders here. We're trying to establish some trends. And then a third of people were just like, yeah, no, they're definitely being more stringent. And the question I asked was, does this make 9s more valuable? And it seems to be the consensus that I wouldn't even say consensus. I say it's probably split. Some people say 9s will be more valuable. Some people say they'll actually go down because there's going to be more 9s. And that the 10s will increase in value because they'll be harder to hit. It's one thing I have to remind people, and I've said it a couple times today. PSA does this, bro. They go through these periods where, like, you remember this. You were part of one of these subs where your card literally got like mashed. Yeah. And it's just like they go through these periods where, like, either the graders are just having like, it seems like they're being rushed. We talked about that last week, but they're being tougher for whatever reason right now. But like, Neo Comics on X, he's got a YouTube channel. He actually posted a video he did 3 weeks ago about it. And you see on the graph, over time, the PSA gem rate, it's like a roller coaster, bro.
Yeah.
It's literally like cyclical. So I started to think, I was like, I wonder if this is just like a trend and like it'll go back. And we kind of talked about that last week. Like they're super busy right now. And like sometimes when you're busy, you tend to rush and quality that goes down. Right. I mean, it's just normal. But for whatever reason, man, PSA is increasing prices. They seem to be grading tougher. It's just wild, bro. Just wild. We've talked about, we always think that 9 should be more than raw. And I still think that's the case.
Yeah.
People will try to say that ultra modern cards are mostly 9s out of the pack. Those people don't pre-screen cards like I do. You guys send me your cards, and I wouldn't say half of them, but I'd say a good 25 to 33% are like a solid 8.5 or less because of soft corners or indents around the edge of the card or huge print lines across the back that nobody sees, but I see. And it's like, 9 should be more valuable. And people will say, oh, well, if you look at pop counts, well, it's like, that's because people are pre-screening cards. If people graded every card, right? Like if we just said, you know what, we're going to send everything, right? We hit a nice card. We don't even look at it. We send it. You would find that there would be more 8s and 7s and 6s.
I was going to say and 7s for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I actually said it on last week's show when I had my tinfoil hat on, but I actually really fully believe that it's in PSA's best interest to have strict grades to keep they've locked in the #1 grading company. Like most people won't think twice about sending anywhere else. And now that they have that, it's like, well, let's make our 10 just so tough to get and so sought after. And now that we're the biggest grading company, like, who's going to stop us? Whereas, like, the other companies, excuse me, if you like take PSA out of it and you just put every other grader at competition with each other,
yeah,
they can't play that. They don't want to be known as the toughest grader and then not have 10s and then not have the resale value. But again, PSA's kind of already like won that game. So like, what's the next thing? And it's like, think about how many group subbers crack and resubmit.
Yeah.
And now making it tougher, and you're gonna have more 9s, you're gonna have more cards that you look at and you go, no way, dude, this should be a 10. And then you're gonna crack it and you're gonna send it again, and you're gonna hope that the grader's in a better mood. But what if it's just this is how it is now? It's in full hat.
Yeah. So it's, I know. Well, and that's the thing is like we always do this every year. I feel like somebody actually pointed out. They're like, every year we go through this stuff. Landman even said on the post, he was like, bro, like I'm selling PSA 10s for less than 2x raw value right now.
Yeah.
So it's like the market's not catching on, I guess. And then, Turned Up Hockey replied and said, well, what if certain numbers from now on are more expensive than the old certain numbers? And I personally don't think that's going to be the case because I don't think people go that deep with it.
Yeah.
Unless it's like a super high end. But it's just, I don't know. We'll see, man. It's one of those things where time will tell. I'm not going to stop sending the PSA.
Yeah, no, I mean,
and they would really have to. I mean, and like, it's not for nothing. Literally a month and a half ago, we had a sub literally go 100% gem rate.
Yeah.
So it's like, it could still just be a greater thing.
Yeah. I will say, dude, it makes me like want to start sending to CGC a little more. Kind of putting my money where my mouth is on that train. Because
I think for PC cards, it's fiscally irresponsible to send cards to PSA. There's people out there that like the slab of PSA. Like I don't see it, bro. It looks so cheap. You know, like I like the hologram, the PSA hologram in the middle. That's probably the best thing I like about their slabs. The new plastic is good, but the problem is they're not using it on every card. So it's like there's no uniformity in that regard. The text, I mean, bro, this is a 2024 Kakao Warner Brothers anniversary. This is how it reads, okay? You ready for this? 2024 KKW space Warner Bros space ANV. Like, seriously? I don't want my slabs to read like hieroglyphics, bro. Like, if I sell this in 20 years, is somebody going to know what Kakao Warner Brothers anniversary is? If they can't, you know, if they just see it. So it's like, for PC, like you have to go CGC in my opinion, especially when you consider the cost being literally 50%.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Ooh, man, I didn't even see this. Oh no.
yeah.
Oh
yeah.
no.
Oh yeah.
Some dude sent
that's just
10
the O's to
crossovers.
this theory. Yeah, this guy sent 10 crossovers to PSA from SGC. They were all SGC 10s. Not a single one met the minimum grading requirement of 10, meaning none of them gemmed. 10 SGC 10 cards, not a single one gemmed. Now, I know normal hobby conventional wisdom is to not send crossovers, is to crack and send. So it could be a little bit of that, but like that's pretty wild. Like PSA is like, yeah, look, I see that you got a 10 from SGC, but every single one of these cards is not a gem mint 10. Sorry, bud. Now you had to pay for every single card. That's the painful part.
Well, I was gonna say on those, do they crack them too?
No, they actually inspect them in the slab.
Okay. All right. That's a little better than that would be the ultimate nut kick.
Yeah, no. They keep them in the slab. But yeah, so like you can set a minimum grade, and if it doesn't meet it, they just send it back to you. But you pay for it. Like you're paying the fee regardless.
Yeah, see, dude, like that's just so because they literally they have like no incentive to even do the service.
Yeah.
You're getting paid either way.
Exactly. And that's why people say just crack. Like crack it.
Yeah.
So,
but I understand not wanting to, because then if that happens, it's tough.
That's tough. Yeah, don't send crossovers. Send it to somebody who knows how to crack slabs.
Yeah, I send it to Gem Zone.
Take the boys out to Cracker Barrel for the old timer special.
All right, Enzo, what do we got? Hobby question of the day.
Hobby question of the day. This is actually from our thread last week, but if you could change one thing about the hobby, like you change it as new hobby law, anything at all, what are you changing? Any single aspect of the hobby.
I'm gonna go direct pricing.
My man.
I would change the direct pricing model. I understand shops needing it.
Of course, yeah.
And I understand wanting to give to breakers who are now doing more numbers than some hobby shops, than a lot of hobby shops.
Yeah.
But I also think that there should be a pretty standard price that's not egregious on release. And and I think they just keep going up and up in price. And it gives the illusion that the brakes are a better option. And a lot of times they are now. But it gives the illusion that it's the only option because it's like, damn, I'm not paying $600 for a box.
Well, and a lot of people don't even know like what the Topps Direct program is. But yeah, I mean, it's such a flawed model, bro, because it's literally like it basically incentivizes like breaking versus personal ripping, right?
Yeah,
because like you can actually join a break and it's actually cheaper. Like if you bought all the teams, it's actually cheaper than what you could buy a case for.
Yeah.
And it's like you're basically pushing people towards breaking, which I get because they have Fanatics Live and they make money on that. Like from a business standpoint, I get it, but I think the way they've got it set up, they've only got certain people that are allowed to do it. They make them take all of these products that they don't want. You know, Topps Chrome Tennis, they've got to push it. It's literally, we talked about it one day. It's like the mafia, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
well, dude, so
we're gonna hook you up, but you're gonna pay us.
The perfect example of this is Star Wars Masterwork. Like, we freaking love this stuff, and we've built an audience for Star Wars stuff. We would probably, at a direct price, take 2 or 3 cases of it. But instead, some guy who knows nothing about Star Wars, couldn't care less, has to sell it on Fanatics Live. Because if not, it's dead weight in their inventory, and they had to take 5 cases of that. So that way, when Cosmic Chrome football drops with the licensing in 2 years, they can get 2 cases of it.
Yeah, they have to play nice, and it's just like it's so silly.
Yeah,
I wouldn't even hate it as much if the price differential wasn't so huge, bro.
Dude, it's such a big gap.
It's a big difference, and it's like it's palpable. It makes it impossible for operations like ours to run case breaks of new product because we're competing with people that have paid 40% less.
Yeah.
And so they're making like even if we tried to go down to their level, right? We would lose money. So, but let's say we were making 100, they're making 4x what we're making at a cheaper price.
Yeah.
It's just impossible. I agree with you. I think that is a good pick for that question.
What about you? What do you got?
For me, bro, and you know I'm a company man, but NPSA's chokehold on the resale market, bro. I'm done with it. Let's open up the wallets. I'm not saying I'd abolish PSA, but I'm saying like make them sweat it out a little more.
I would love to see. I'd love to see competition. CGC pristines doing like 1.7 or 2x PSA 10s. Like that.
They do in some cases.
But I want to see that stuff. Like just like across the board.
Across the board, yeah. And it's not that way for sports.
And then the 10s be comparable. And dude, everyone would send to CGC. It would balance out really quick. But
or like an SGC 10, make an SGC 10, worth something. We'll leave Beckett out of this because they still do the weird 9.5, and I still hate the way it looks. Bro, can we talk about the fact that Beckett had a monster slab? 2022 National Convention, 2023 National Convention. Beckett had a new slab in the works. It looked so good. Me and Pop saw it. It looked fantastic.
Yeah.
Pop even told me he'd send to Beckett if that was their slab. And then they were like, nah, I'm just kidding, guys. Everybody hated it.
They heard me.
We're going to keep the old slab. Yeah.
Dude, no, but it's like, it's crazy. It's Beckett keeping their slab because of their soft launch having a bad review is very much like that card shop that hasn't steamed its carpet in 32 years and insists on not doing box breaks in any way, shape, or form because it's not pure part of the hobby. and like just being like those types of guys, like that's what that reeks of.
Yeah.
Like somebody was like, Jim, what are you doing? You can't go changing our slabs. What are you doing?
It's always been like this.
These things look top notch. Meanwhile, the 9.5's crooked.
Bro. What's crazier to me is that I saw on a thread, and I didn't engage this dude, but I saw a guy on the thread refer to Beckett as one of the big three with SGC and PSA. And I didn't want to break his heart, but I was like, brother, they're grading like 1,500 cards a day, and CGC's doing 23,000.
Bro.
It's not your grandma's big three, brother.
Beckett better watch out. Because they're about to get tagged out.
Oh man, tag, bro. They had him. Tag's not even on gem rate yet. They would have been if they just. Bro, I keep seeing people all over Twitter like, man, y'all won't respond to me. Where are my cards? I'm like, oh boy, this might be the beginning of the end for Tag. We'll see. We shall see what happens, but it reminds me of a little company,
a little hybrid grading approach.
Hybrid grading approach, a la HGA. It's like it's starting to feel that way more and more every day. I'm like, I've seen this before, actually.
HGA was such a great hobby rug pull. There's so much hope.
Yeah, no, man. That was crazy. They had like real fans too.
Bro,
like real fans.
Then there was the clip art.
Yeah, dude. The illegal rut cap grading, exactly.
Yeah,
rut cap was on the HGA wavelength, bro. My man was a bucket. What's crazy is we tried to grade with HGA, but we didn't get selected in their lottery.
Yeah.
We tried, I think, 2 times, and then we were like, all right, we're out.
I think by the third time I like started hearing bad things, and I was like, maybe I'm into a rush to do this.
Yeah, no, like maybe we should just send to SGC, which we did. We sent a lot to SGC and CGC during the PSA closures.
Mm-hmm. All right, y'all. Well, that is it for this week's Shake and Break show. Stay tuned. We do have a quick mini to run, as well as maybe we can run a break if we can close something up. Thank you all for tuning in. And until next time, No Flow Nation.
Let's ride.
All right. So, give me a second while I get this situated. We do have a little Randy Orton to run. All right. Check here. Dun, dun, dun. All right. Chat, give me a number 5 to 10. Yeah, dude, I'm excited for this hit parade case. Whenever we close it, it's gonna be a banger.
Oh man, we missed this one for the show. I just watched a video of a dude swapping a downtown live on stream.
Oh man,
insane, bro. He's like, "Oh look, we got a silver." He moves the cards to the side.
All right, top spot getting a football hit parade case spot. Second and third getting a $25 stack rip of their choice. Here we go. Mikmo winning the case spot. Steve Wetz and Rutcap getting the $25 stackers. Thank you guys for joining. All right, give me a sec. We'll do a quick little preview of what we have this week. And then if we don't have anything full, we'll call it here. Circle the wagons. Enzo's live tomorrow for some auctions.
I am. Yeah, I got a bunch of cheap Japanese Pokemon VMAXs, Vs. I got some NBA rookie stuff from some notable players in the playoffs. Might have heard of them. Jalen Green, Franz Wagner, and Cade Cunningham, perhaps.
Ooh.
I got a little Cade. Got a little Cade stowed away.
All right, so real quick, here's our hit parade case. You're down to 18 in this. They are 10 graded cards in the case. One of them will be a case hit. One of the bigger chases in the product. I believe the last hit parade case I pulled the case hit of case hits. So I hope to continue that streak. We are down to 7 in Kakawao, Phantom, and Cosmos. WB.
And Cosmos.
Good old fan Cosmos. Our football mixture that we have up. This one's sneaky. It's just kind of been sitting here. I haven't really talked too much about it. Encore. It's been pretty decent. Prism Asia. Prism Retail. And it's a Hit Parade Platinum.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then one of these boys.
That's the second tier. We usually do limited.
Yeah, we
just have a higher ceiling and floor.
We've been upgrading a little bit. So this one is our current football mixer. Basketball, guys. I know I'm always the one talking about basketball breaks, but guys, we have Hit Parade. On top of that, 24-25 Court Kings. And an Optic Fast Break. All right. The hockey breaks gas. Enzo keeps building these $21 to $23 absolute stingers. Allure, Ultimate, SP Authentic, and a Hit Parade. Crazy. And then our baseball, Topps Chrome 2023, Jumbie, and a Hit Parade Platinum. So yeah, we'll rip any of this that fills for Thursday. So if something tickles your fancy, just jump on in. The water's warm. We will hopefully have a good stream on Thursday, running a few breaks. And the best way for us to do that is to get the party started now. So jump on in. Enzo, anything else? for the boys?
No, that is it. We'll see you guys on Thursday. Make sure you show up tomorrow for some steals and deals and other stuff. I'll be live at 8:30. Mostly Pokemon, but we got some sports and Star Wars and Marvel. We can do whatever you guys want, man. I got plenty. Oh, Twig with a little 3-piece. Twig, did you get another promotion? He told me there'd be signs, and I'm starting to see some signs, brother. Call me Mel Gibson up in this bit.
We appreciate it. We'll see you guys Thursday. Enzo will see you tomorrow. But until then, no Flow Nation. Let's ride.
Let's ride.